Today's topic of discussion is evaluation and evaluation methods. I am Mudit Kumar Verma, Assistant Professor, School of Education, Babu Banarsi Das University, Lucknow. Let's move to our topic. What is evaluation? To describe evaluation, we have two simple definitions. First one is the dictionary definition, and the other one is the most accepted general definition. So, what the dictionary definition says? The evaluation means E plus valuer. E means within, valuer to establish the worth or values of something. So it is to establish the worth of values of something within anything. Anything can be a program or a course. Evaluation can be described as the systematic investigation of the merit, worth, or significance of any object. This is the general accepted definition of evaluation. What is program evaluation, which is generally used? So we can understand program evaluation by program evaluation is the systematic application of scientific methods to assess the design, implementation, improvement, or outcomes of a program. And the program may include any organized actions such as media campaign, service provision, educational services as discussed earlier, public policies, research projects, and so many things. Now, why do we do evaluation? The most important question, why do we evaluate something? We evaluate something to establish model programs and best practices by providing feedback about what worked and what failed. Tool of good management and quality improvement gain insight into effective strategies on how to improve the performance. Measures impact the program is making, required by the fund. Now, what is the purpose of program evaluation? To demonstrate program effectiveness to the funders, because the funding agency and funders which are providing the funds for running a program, they want the desired result. Then how we are going to show the effective results? By evaluation. Now, next, improve the implementation and effectiveness of the program. Now, how the effectiveness of program can be improved? By pointing out the merits, demerits, and the current structure. And how we can do that? Through assessment and evaluation. Better manage limited resources. We evaluate something to manage our limited resources for their optimal use, so that none of the resources get wasted. The next one is document program accomplishment. So, if we have accomplished something great or beneficial in our program, it can be assessed by evaluation. Next one is justify current program funding. As discussed in the first point, if some funding agency or funder is giving fund, we have to justify it through evaluation. Then the program or a course is up to its objective or not. The next one is support the need for increased level of funding. So if we do evaluation of some program and it is showing the desired result, and in some cases we get more than desired, then we can ask for extra funding as well. The next one is satisfy ethical responsibility to clients to demonstrate positive and negative effects of program participation. We have to ethically satisfy the responsibility to the clients who are giving funding for the program to demonstrate positive and negative effects of the program participation. Means our program which we are evaluating is showing some positive or negative effects. They can be identified through evaluation. The next one is document program development and activities to help ensure successful replication. So, through evaluation, we can document program development for further replication in future. Now next, what is the framework of evaluation? The framework of evaluation or the structure include mainly 6 steps. First of all, we will gain access to some funding agencies or stakeholders. Then we will engage the stakeholders at the first step. Then the next step is to describe the program to the stakeholders to acquire funding. Then after the description, focus the evaluation design. Means how we are going to evaluate something, or the evaluation process is discussed. Then in the next step, we gather credible evidence. Means we evaluate. Then in the next step, we justify the conclusions. Means whatever conclusions we got in merit or demerit, we justify it. In the next step, ensure, use and share lessons learned. Means if we have some modification, we have some suggestions regarding the modification, we ensure that they are implied. And all these steps are based on the standards of utility, feasibility, proprietary, and accuracy. Then, program planning process. What is the program planning process? For evaluation, evaluation is part of a larger program planning process. First, in the first step, you plan the program. Then in the second step, you implement it. Then in the third step, we evaluate it, as discussed earlier. Then you use what you learn from the evaluation to improve your program. As discussed earlier, like if we get some suggestions and modification in our evaluation process, finding on the basis of our evaluation finding, we suggest something, then it must be implied in the existing plan, and the plan should be modified, and then the process goes on until it best suits our needs and the objectives of the program. Now, evaluation. What evaluation should be? The first one is, need not to be expensive, means we have to be very feasible and cost effective. And second one is, it should not be very complicated. Evaluation should be a very simple process. And the third one, very important, it should not be a very long process. Means it should be not very time consuming. Next one is, some evaluation is better than none. If we are doing no evaluation, but just saying that we do not have enough funding, at least some sort of evaluation, if we are capable, and everyone is capable of doing some sort of evaluation, then it is so far good than doing nothing. The third one is, external evaluator is sometimes seen as more objective than internal. And this is because the external evaluators are unbiased and they do not have attachment to the members of the program. Then they give very objective decisions and suggestions. The next one is, evaluator should be qualified. And this is very common, yes. Someone who is master of something is eligible to evaluate that program. Suppose we have a program of mathematics teaching or some sort of mathematics program we have, then we will appoint an evaluator to someone who is qualified in mathematics. At least he has some sort of experience or a good degree. The next point is, evaluation plan should be meaningful, related to goals and objectives. Means in evaluation, we should not be diverted. We should be meaningful, very precise and related and focused on our goals and objectives. And be an honest examination of program. Means honestly, we have to do evaluation. Yes, continuous quality improvement means the modifications which we make in our program to make it better. CQI cycle. Yes, what are the 3 points? Planning, what actions will be best to reach our goals and objectives, means to plan what actions will be required to reach our goals and objectives precisely and optimally. The second one is performance measure. How we are going to measure our performance, means how we are going to assess our performance. The third one is evaluation, of course. Why are we doing? Means by evaluating, we will get to know are we doing well or poorly. Then the evaluation flowchart. We have our goal, our stated objective. Then under it, we have the activity, means our performance. Then we have the outcome and the performance indicator. Means in evaluation, either we are going to have quantitative data or qualitative data. We will analyze qualitative or quantitative data to assess the current situation. On the basis of that findings, we will formulate the merits and achievement. Then types of evaluation. Simple, first step is planning, then involves examining the development issues prior to setup. Then we have the formative evaluation, which is also known as the process evaluation, which is short time evaluation. Involves monitoring the process, ensuring activities are completed on time and on target while the program is ongoing, which tells you if you are on track, points to improvement. Then we have the annual or summative, means outcome evaluation, which involves assessing the outcome at the conclusion of the program and measures how change that has occurred as a result of the program, which shows what impact you have on problem help justify the program. And then it's cost benefit. Are we justifying our cost or not? Means the program is justifying the cost, the funded cost or not. Next, planning evaluation. Now, there are some points which we have to keep in mind planning the evaluation. First one, why is that program needed? To identify the target population. Second, who needs to be involved in the planning? Which are, we have to identify key players or agencies. The third one is, what are the goals of the program? Means identify goals from perspective of various key stakeholders and agencies. Next one is, what resources are necessary? Means what resources we will need for evaluation. In this, identify financial resources from where we will get from aid or funding. Next one is identify non-financial resources from where we can get intellectual support without funding or any kind of support without funding. The next point is, what is the timeline? Yes, important that we have to delimit the timeline. It should not be so lengthy and not be so short. That is, determine timeline to program implementation. Now, process evaluation, data types and collection. How we are going to collect, what types of data we are going to collect for evaluation analysis. Basically, we will collect two types of data. First one is the quantitative, which deals in basically the numerical data. And the second one is qualitative, where we will assess subjective or qualitative data. Now, what are the techniques? Means how you are going to collect the quantitative or qualitative data by some techniques. For example, interviews, focus group observation, questionnaire of surveys, the very popular one, and the analysis of existing documents, the predefined documents. Yes. What are the standards of evaluation? What standards should we keep in mind for evaluation? We have basically 4 standards. No one right evaluation. Instead, best choice at each step is options that maximize. Yes, we have the 4 standards. First one is the utility. who need the information from this evaluation and what information do they need. Second one is the feasibility. How feasible evaluation or should be. How much money, time and effort can be put into this. The second thing we have to keep in mind is feasibility. The third thing we have to keep in mind is the proprietary. Who needs to be involved in the evaluation to be ethical, means unbiased, and to justify the humanistic cost. The fourth point is the accuracy. What design will lead to accurate information? Means what type of evaluation design we should opt for an effective evaluation process and outcome. These four factors and standards we should keep in mind while planning an evaluation process. Yes, what are the key domains in evaluation focus? Here we have four domains. First one is the implementation process. Is program in place or intended? Second one is the effectiveness or outcome. Is program achieving its intended short, mid, or long-term effects or outcomes? The third one is efficiency. How much product is produced for given level of inputs or resources? And the fourth one is causal attribution. Is program on outcome due to your program or it is by something else or some other factor? This is for now. Thank you. I hope you have understood the concept of evaluation. Thank you.